for the Kickstarter package that would give you free subscription for like ever, right? You wouldn't have to pay a subscription.
Did you say it was $500?
Which, right.
Okay.
So like that to me at the time, I didn't have money, so it was a huge like, and I ended up not doing it.
Okay.
A week ago,
Mm-hmm.
I get a message saying last chance to get alpha package. Like they close in like 3 days.
Yeah.
For like alpha 1, etc. And the package price was $500. And yes, stupid me bought it because now I have money.
Right.
And I always look back at the Kickstarter moment, and I'm like glad I didn't buy it at the time because I like financially I wasn't able to, and like I wouldn't have been able to do like the thing I did, which was take like 5 months off, and like I would have had to work, which meant I probably wouldn't have gotten VR, which or gotten to like the VR, that whole thing, right?
Okay.
Been where I am today in this Discord.
Gotcha.
But I also kick myself in the ass because fucking I don't know why I bought it this time, right? Like Alpha 1 Access, it's going to be, and I watched a video on this afterwards, which is like, oh well, whatever. Alpha 1 Access is only set times throughout the next couple months that they're gonna host like an event for like 6 to 12 hours, maybe a couple weeks worth of content, stuff like that. Purely just trying to make PvP work in the game, right? Like a true alpha test.
Yeah.
Which probably half the stuff I'll be at work for anyways, so it won't, right? It won't matter.
Right. That's yeah.
So I technically shouldn't have bought it if like we're thinking logically, but we don't do that here, okay?
Right.
But yeah, that was an interesting moment. So that money's gone.
So you just spend $100 on
$500.
$500
on a founder's pack.
You're not going to be able to play.
Right, like the next package was like half that, $250 for the Alpha 2 phase, which is more of the actual game testing that will go on for a couple months as Alpha.
But I mean, in the longevity, you're not going to have to pay ever again for the game.
Well, no. So that's the thing. That deal was only in the Kickstarter.
Oh no.
This deal gives me about, I think it was 2 years worth of subscription.
Oh.
Still a good amount of time, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's still a pretty good amount of time, but like, damn.
But from what I'm understanding, though, it's going to be like WoW, where you can buy subscription time with in-game stuff. And if I'm playing the game for 2 years, if I really enjoy it, I should be able to get to that point in that time frame. So I'm not too worried about it. However, I did kick myself in the nuts, but it was probably for the best. We'll see what happens. It's money. It's supposed to be used to buy things.
I agree.
Yeah, I think starting... I've always loved the launch of MMOs. Like, I loved Arcade and Blade and Soul when they came over to the NA. Like, the launches.
Right.
I played Flife when it came out, and that was, like, my most memorable MMO. I did play WoW when it first launched, but couldn't get into it. But I still remember really good memories. Like, seeing the traveling... My most vivid memory with WoW is playing on my friend's account and walking in like some desert area, and I watched a lady walking with mounts, and I got to talk to her, and apparently she's a traveling merchant that literally walked the universe and sold those mounts that was following her, and I thought that was the coolest fucking thing ever. And that's my only good experience with WoW. That and standing on a table naked as a night elf fucking rogue dancing all people threw gold at me. That was also awesome.
Yeah, there's a whole city based on that in the Alliance.
Yeah. I was one of those people back then.
I remember World of Warcraft used to show up every now and then on the G4 TV channels, you know? The G4 TV people would be like, hey, I remember for whatever reason it was super hard for a dwarf to get this very specific mount.
Yeah.
Either just based on where the starting area was or the way that dwarves leveled and like what they were able to do. For whatever reason, it was super hard to get this mount, and this girl had somehow managed to like get them out. She was like the first dwarf to be able to do it.
Yeah.
And they like showed her on the show, and they were like, "Yeah, this person was able to do it. Isn't that super cool?" I was like, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
They did it. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, I get that's super cool, but
Well, I was
yeah.
watching like my favorite videos today. I was watching was like this guy made a YouTube video of just like all the infamous and famous people in World of Warcraft, and he's made it explicit, not streamers, right? So like just actual people in the game, like Leroy Jenkins and the guy who made the dot video, like
Oh, yeah.
those kind of people, or like famous stories. Like one was about a mod who just raged, and he was super famous, stuff like that. But one of them, which I thought was awesome. Well, there's two that happened with an item glitch. So one of them, I guess Blizzard said they were no longer supporting this necklace, right? Because it was too hard to get, people weren't getting it, and they just gave up and they're like, all right, we'll get rid of it. But they forgot about it, and this one dude ended up actually getting it, like super luckily. And then when it got brought up, Blizzard was like, oh shit, we forgot to remove that. And they removed it from the loot tables finally, but they let the guy keep it. So now this guy out of millions and millions of players, just has it.
There's another guy who would show up to BlizzCon every year, and he would ask, because at BlizzCon they would do a lore table where they would do a panel, and you can like ask any lore questions that you have or anything like that.
Red shirt guy.
Yeah,
he was in that vid.
yeah, red
he
shirt
was
guy.
in that grid. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, this guy's not actually.
Yeah, he showed
this
up.
Guy's not actually dead. And then they just put his character like right next to him.
Yeah. He showed up a couple years in a row, I think, and he asked like a
Wanna
question
know the best?
specifically to stump him.
Yeah, the best part about that is that guy ended up working in their lore section.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Which is like awesome. And like the director of WoW Now, started out from day one as a player and ended up becoming like the director. That's so cool. Like hire the players, actually play the game. And I think that's why like WoW stayed successful.
That happened to both Portal games. The first Portal was like literally, it was Portal, but yeah. So they presented their game at some indie dev thing, and I don't know if it was Gabe Newell specifically, but somebody from Valve was like, "Hey, that's super cool. Can you come like make that for us?" And they're like, "Sure." And then later in Portal 2, there's like those paints that you can like bounce off of or like do whatever on. That's another game that was called like Spray the Magic of Paint or something. It was basically just like the mechanic in the game was you had different colored spray paint and they all did different things. Like one made you bounce, one made you stuck to it. And they were like, that's also super cool. We're looking for a new mechanic for Portal 2. Come work for us. They're like, all right. And it's basically how they buy ideas like that. So they're like, hey,
Valve does that a lot.
Yeah. Like Left 4 Dead wasn't even made by Valve. It was just like published by Valve.
CS:GO.
Yep. Not
CS Source.
Dota 2, not their game.
Yeah.
The only game they made was Half-Life. They fucking gave up on that one.
Yeah. They're like, we can't make games, guys. We're just gonna fucking...
They're just like, it's easier to just steal other people's ideas.
Yeah, it's fun stuff. But that's why I'm excited for Ashes Creation as like a new game, new MMO type thing. One, because like if you start watching it, you'll like realize maybe why I am interested in so much. But excuse me, one of the most interesting pieces. It's really subtle, but they mentioned they're like, yeah. So every world you play is different, right? Because the worlds do end. Like eventually, the world will come to fruition. The city will be fully built. Everything will be done, and the player choices like impacted the way the world developed. And then the world will die, and you'll move on to the next one, right? Kind of like similar to Crowfall and other games like that. But one of the things they said, they're like, yeah, on certain worlds, like if you stumble, like you're an explorer, right? And you stumble into a hidden cave no one's seen before because it just showed up. Because that's how like this game works, is based on like what develops in the game unlocks different areas. So you could find a totally new area that's no one's ever seen before because it just appeared, and then go explore it, maybe do a quest or something, and you get a unique item that no one else has ever been able to find, and like no one else ever will, because basically like pretty much all the items in the game are player made. So like if you find like a rare resource in the world or something, you can turn it into like one of a kind item, and that's like fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Do you know anything about the game?
No. This is probably not the first time you're telling me about it, but
that's fine.
Just
basically, the whole attraction to the game is like it goes back to old school like MMO kind of stuff, right? But they have nodes in the game, and as players congregate in nodes, the nodes grow. So as actions are done like in the node, it becomes more developed, and like the city in the world physically grow around that node. So if more people congregate in an area, the cities grow bigger. Eventually it unlocks different tiers, which opens up shops, which people who's like players who because there's no NPCs, players who specify in like crafting move into to help like grow the shop, grow the city, and then like goes bigger and bigger. And like this is why every world's different, because you might choose a different location to build, and resources are region based, so you're only going to find this resource somewhere else in the world depending on how it like develops. And player choices and where they grow impact like world events that happen around them. So I know one scenario that they point to a lot as an example, without giving too much away, is like, so in this scenario, a bunch of players decided to surround this like rare resource mine that was found in this area, to start mining the resource or whatever. And as they grew, it was near a volcano, and so many players ended up mining the resources that it activated the volcano, and a dragon came and ended up like attacking the city. And he's like, then another example in pretty much a similar area, like in a new world, players didn't mine the resource. They actually protected the resource from being mined because they knew it like woke the dragon up last time, and instead a troll like didn't like that, I guess. And in the same area, instead of the volcano erupting, the troll came out of like this mine and started attacking the city, like stuff like that. So like that was like super awesome, like an MMO impacted by everyone's player choice. It's kind of really awesome, like an idea concept. And this company, why like one of the major reasons I bit the bullet the other day was because they originally in their Kickstarter, it's one of those games that pretty much had a better success in Kickstarter than Star Citizen, and you already know how well that one did.
Yeah.
But unlike Star Citizen, this game created... So Alpha Zero, which was supposed to be just the family and friends test of the developers, was supposed, like they had estimated it was supposed to happen December of this year, and that happened 3 months ago. And now Alpha 1 was supposed to happen, February of 2019, and it's happening in a month. So that's
got a better
right. It's already like 6 months ahead of schedule. They again have an estimated plan of launch by 2020, which originally it was 2021. So they updated it by a year already. And just the way things are going, it's very possible it gets shorter than that, without losing because they went from 6 employees to 150 now, kind of thing. So it's developing along the same styles as Blizzard and WoW and World of Warcraft, and all these people were gamers themselves. They all played major MMOs like Guild Wars, WoW, stuff like that. so like they get it, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I am. I think like the company is one of those rare, like, because I've met them at PAX East as well. I think they're like a rare company that like actually is going to do something with their game.
Yeah.
A lot of the promises that they made in their Kickstarter, like they've already passed everything basically. The only con right now is combat, and they're making that their top priority in this first alpha. So like that's shows that they know their weaknesses, you know, and they are listening to like, people's feedback. Yeah. So I'm like super excited. If I went back to like a couple of days ago when I pulled the trigger on it, I might have not done it, I guess, because now that I think about it, it's like, well, I'm not really gonna have time to play. Like the cosmetic purchases that came with it aren't that cool. It's a bunch of dwarf and shit. I don't even like dwarves. You know, so like maybe I would have been smarter, but just gonna roll with it. I don't regret it too much, and yet, you know, at least. I don't know. Just keep looking out for that like next game to get into.
Yeah. I mean, I was looking into basically Monster Hunter World came out.
I've never been interested in Monster Hunter games.
Friday last?
Yeah, it came out a couple days ago.
But it came out like on console in like January.
Right.
So like nobody wants to buy it on PC now, and like, a major part of the game is multiplayer. So everybody's buying the Wii U game. It's coming out.
Which
like
one?
Another month. There's like another Monster Hunter game coming out on Wii U in like a month.
Oh. I mean, I know a lot of people are playing, like, not a lot actually, a couple people playing it now. They were super excited when it finally launched. But I have no interest in Monster Hunter games. I doubt even Mike is playing it. Which, by the way, Mike is coming.
Yeah, I saw that. Micah did play it when it came out on PS4.
Right, but I don't know if he bought it on PC.
No, I asked him about it, but he's not going to.
That man smokes weed too much. I don't know his life, actually. I'm excited to see him now. In limited quantities. Woo!
In limited quantities.
Once every 4 years is good, but...
Yeah.
Honestly, so, you know how Joey used to always zoom in on your face and, like, with Snapchat?
Yeah.
He did that to Mike today, and we just looked at each other, and he's like, I miss Zach. I was like, you're gonna see him soon, Joey, don't worry. But, the hangouts we've been doing, like, once a week, have been, like, just enough, like, real-life interaction. But now that he's in RD, the next 3 weeks are, like, canceled for Sundays because he has training,
That's right.
Ari move in, and then everyone moves in, like in each Sunday progression. But we've been doing it for a couple months now, and we'll continue after that's over. And it's been awesome because it's like you don't have to see him every day, but once a week is like just enough.
Yeah.
Have you been able to find a group out in Colorado yet?
Yeah, we've got a plan to. We're actually going bowling. Not next week, the week after, because next week Aaron's gonna be gone, and then yeah, the week after, it's like a bunch of friends that actually work at her job. So.
Are they your friends or her friends?
They're both.
Okay, that's good. So sometimes it's like, yeah, we're going out with her friends.
Right.
Like, oh, okay. That's cool though. That's awesome. That was one thing we were kind of worried about. We're like, hey, he'll be fine, maybe.
Even I didn't be fine.
Yeah?
No time anyway. I wake up at 6, I go to work, I get home, I go to the gym, I eat dinner, I go to bed.
Really?
Yeah.
You work that much?
Yeah. Well, I get home at like 4.
Hmm.
So I have like an hour. He gets home at like 5. And then...
So you mainly just spend that time just hanging out with her then?
Well, we go to the gym. We don't even really hang out.
Oh, okay. And then weekends, you guys just do stuff?
Yeah, we usually go camping or something.
On my way. I mean, that's pretty cool.
It's just like a really full schedule all the time.
I mean, you're doing something though. I went outside to go to my car to go watch anime for 5 hours, so that was a experience. Left the house, you know.
Yeah. Left the house. Yeah, sounds cool.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but like that sounds pretty lit. Maybe too much for me personally, but like a medium between not doing anything and doing stuff would be pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
I think like keeping weekends free for me would be like the best option, and then keeping busy throughout the week so it goes by really fast.
Right.
It's like pretty nice. I don't know if your work got any more exciting.
Oh no, definitely not.
Okay. Mine sure keeps my mind working throughout the day. So many people are stupid.
Yeah, no, mine is fantastic. Nothing.
Do you like that though? Because that's why I quit my last job. It was driving me crazy. There's nothing to do.
I mean, there's stuff to do. It's just like the same stuff, and it's all just like covered behind a mountain of red tape.
Oh, okay.
Because it's corporate America, so it's like if I ever want to do anything, there's like a whole list of people who need to say yes first.
Oh, okay.
It's like if I'm doing a very specific thing, there's a different list of people, they all need to say yes. But I know for a fact they don't give a shit, because like, I'll send them the like, please say yes to this email, and it'll go through a list of 9 people in 20 minutes. So it's like, you don't even give a shit. This is just another email you got. It's like,
Yeah, you just say yes and delete it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I almost got like a homeless man housing on campus for a little bit.
Wait, how'd that go?
He ended up being a dick.
Oh.
So I called it off. But Shannon Brown replied and was like, "This is really weird, but give me more details and we can figure it out." I was like, "Wow, you're really supportive. That's awesome. By the way, we're not going to do it anymore because we handled it."
Dick.
And she didn't reply. So, no, I didn't say that. I said we handled it. He's financially okay now, which is a lie because he's still fucked. But he was a giant dick, and I had asked the team lead I was talking to, who's like basically in charge of the situation. I was like, "Look, I got an option. Like, we could potentially work out that he gets home for a little bit while he gets back on his feet, because the police are literally kicking him out, and he's going to hitchhike back to where he came from. What are your thoughts?" And he's like, "Well, I'm going to let you make this call," which for one was awesome, right? Like self-empowerment. But he's like, the guy, every phone call he has with us, and I even confirmed with myself, he was just a giant dick, right? But I still had in my mind like, well, you know, I kind of get he's homeless, but then I was like, well, there's a reason he's homeless. Like, he could have prevented this as well, blah, blah, blah. So I ended up deciding not to, which was a really hard decision because I was like staring at my computer like, I could put in the effort to help this guy, or I could just say, nah. And I chose nah. It's an interesting choice. But like the fact that the job is that interesting, like every case is different. No, I deal with people's financial aid. But this guy needed his refund check in order to get housing so that he could, because all his shit got stolen because he was homeless.
Right.
So he's like, I need this money, but I can't get the money because my shit got stolen. So we were like, all right, well, we'll send you a check to this address. So he hitchhiked like across the country to get to the address, which was in New Hampshire, which was his stepdad's house, which he was not illegally allowed back to. So he was just kind of camping the mailbox, and he didn't have a phone, so he's using his like mom's phone, but he can't stay with his mom. I don't know. I don't really know this full situation. I guess some things were fishy that they thought, because they deal with a lot of these people, but
yeah, so they thought Cumming wasn't really like on the up and up.
Yeah, and then the police were telling him to leave, so he didn't have much time. And then like some things happened with the way the money's being dispersed, and I didn't know the full details, and I learned the full details. I was like, oh my god, this is a mess. And the guy was just a dick the whole time, and I guess so. I tried to do a good thing, and then I realized it just wasn't worth the effort for this particular person. But the fact that I could have done it is what makes it really cool.
Right. Okay.
Like I gotta,
that
like,
could be like pretty cool.
Yeah. Like some companies, you know, you even have the idea of like helping this person like that. Like I asked him, I was like, hey, I could just ask Shannon Brown, who's the resident director at, you know, Southern Hampshire University's main campus, to see if they have an open slot for this guy. Like, what do you think? They're like, if you think it will work and you think it will help him, like, do it. You know, they're just that very essence of why would we stop you? Because most other companies are just idiots. They're like, we don't want to deal with like extra particular cases. Just do it by the book, blah, 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 get it done, move on, you know, to the next person. But like every time, like I'm learning so many new things about this job. Because the whole role doesn't make sense in the first place in a business world, right?
Yeah.
Like, why would you restrict students from, like, taking out more money? I kind of get it, because, like, the money they're paying back isn't going to SNU. It's going to the servicer. So, like, SNU doesn't benefit from them taking out more money. So if we reduce the amount they borrow, they have a better chance of paying us back, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I get that. But like the job is still about like saving people money, which is a totally foreign concept to me. Like our sales goals are how much money did we save students, which is stupid, because if everyone was just smart, like in the first place, which I know I wasn't as a student, clearly, you know, we wouldn't be needing in jobs. But the fact that humans are retarded is the main reason we exist as a department. And then the added fact that we're empowered to like help them in these like unique circumstances without restriction, whereas most companies would be like, no, like that's not how we do things. You can't do that. Like we've never, just because we've never done that before, we're going to restrict you. Whereas this case is, oh yeah, we've never thought about that. See if it works. Have fun. Like, why would I stop you? Like that wouldn't make sense. Like that's awesome. Like you just said so yourself, you have to ask like 9 people for yeses, which they don't give a shit. Like it's stupid that you have to ask them every time.
Yeah, it's dumb that it has to happen anyway.
This one, they're like, look, if you think it's a good idea, just do it, you know? And if you have questions, ask. So that's, I'm happy. Like I wish the job was more exciting. But there's particular cases where it ends up being like really interesting, keeps you moving forward. I'm just trying to look for the good in it, Zach. Okay.
No, I get where you're coming from though. Like it really can feel like sometimes things are just really mundane.
Yeah.
Pointless.
Right, but like at other jobs, I go in and I go, wow, I don't want to go to work today because the job's shit, you know? Now it's just, oh, I don't want to go to work today because I'm depressed. But then again, SNU steps it up and they're like, hey, we give you like a whole month off every year basically in PTO. Like just recently, they're like, yeah, so we used to have this restriction where you're only allowed to take 6 like unplanned days off a year. Otherwise, we would like have to talk to you about it. Yeah, we removed that because we thought that was stupid. Like the whole point of PTO is for you to just take it off when you need it. So even if it was like just like you call in sick, if you have the PTO, like there you go.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, which I was like, and every time I've asked for PTO, I've never, like I always feel like I'm bugging them when I do it and like annoying them. But every time, like, my TL specifically just goes, all right, feel better. And then the next day, how do you feel? And I go, thanks, it's great. I just really needed that day. You know?
Right.
So, like, if I call in sick every morning, like, they just let you do it if you have the PTO and you know you're not abusing it, which I think is fucking awesome. So, I sit down at work and I do stuff and I'm like, wow, I actually really like it here. That's cool. I haven't felt that way about a job before. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big deal.
I'm guessing you haven't found really any.
No, nothing like that.
I'm with you there, dude. Joey's been watching Hearthstone again.
I saw that. It's because the expansion dropped, but like I haven't really been into it since the last expansion. It's like you can do all this cool shit in that game, and that's really exciting. But you have to spend $300 first.
Yeah.
Like I'm just not gonna do that every 3 months.
Streamers will for sure.
Oh, 100%. But it's like people come out and they're like, ooh, this card's really exciting, and it's like it's a cycle, and like after seeing it happen like 9 times at this point, it's just uninteresting. Where it's like, oh, we're gonna release a bunch of cards and they're all really cool and everybody gets really excited, and then like 2 months in, there's like 3 viable decks, and everybody's like, oh, yeah, half the cards in this entire set are useless. They're just glorified dust. I opened like 4 packs of the new packs, and I was already disenchanting cards I had multiples of. Like what? So like, on one hand,
so the cycle is all right. We're looking for the next cool thing. Once we figure it out, all right, we're looking for the next cool thing.
But yeah, so the cycle is everybody gets really excited about the new cards, and it's like, ooh, these new cards are coming out. It's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And then you say, okay, so new cards are out. They're a lot of fun. We all knew that. And now the new cards are out. Let's see if we can use them. And then you realize that you don't have every single card needed for this meta deck. Because you don't have enough cards in that meta deck to play against that meta deck. And then, without really much variance. For a while, there was like a Warlock deck where it was just like by turn 4, they were able to have like 2 or 3 3/9 taunts that when they died, they would spawn 3 1/3 taunts. And that was like by turn 4 they were able to do that. So yeah, so that happens. You realize like I don't have enough for these like 2 cool decks, and then everybody complains about how expensive the game is. Everybody goes back. You know, they get on Reddit, they're like, in order to have so many cards, you know, every single expansion throughout the year, you have to spend this much money, doing that, do this, blah, blah, blah. And then it comes out as a amount, that you spend. That's the cycle. And then they release a new expansion trailer, and everybody freaks out again.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's just kind of how it works. That's just like how it goes for the most part. Is everybody gets really excited about the new cards, and then you realize that you don't have enough money to actually have all the new cards, and then, yeah, and then you just do poorly because you don't have any of the new cards that do cool things, and then, yeah, rinse and repeat every 4 months. 4, 8, 12, yeah, 4 months. And that's just how that game works. And because I'm not, because what was it? I spent $50 of Gaming Club's money that one time because we won those like gift cards to Blizzard.net. And so I bought the expansion. And then after I bought the expansion, so I unlocked 50 packs plus however much. I think it was something like 62 packs, okay? Day 1, Joey and I log in, and I opened 62 packs. Of those 62 packs, I got 3 legendaries. Of those 3 legendaries, none of them saw
viable.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so it's like, okay, that's fine. I can just disenchant my legendary and make another one. Well, no, because the crafting system in Hearthstone says you've got 6,300 dust in order to craft a legendary. If you want to disenchant a legendary, you get half that. So If you have a
Oof.
card that you don't want and you want a different card, you can't even get rid of the one you do have to get the new one. You have to disenchant 2 cards that you don't have
God
in order
damn
to
it.
get the. So yeah, so it's just like it's anti free to play, um, in a way that's definitely too aggressive for a game that clearly pulls in double-digit millions a year. Um, by
Oh
itself.
well.
Yeah, because the dev team on Hearthstone is
You had your fun with
maybe
it.
yeah. Oh yeah, no, it was a good time like while I was playing it, but like it's just like you feel obligated to play it because you spend a bunch of money and then a new
Hmm.
expansion comes out and all of a sudden all the money you spent now
Doesn't matter.
it's
Yeah.
just it's like a depreciating asset essentially.
Yeah. Exactly. Like other games you spend money on, it's appreciated. Like it increases its worth because time goes on, they get rare, blah blah blah, and then
Right,
fucking
exactly. Like I have a physical copy that they claimed was used. It was in the used section, but there's not a scratch on the disc of um, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater for PS2.
yeah.
And it's like at some point there's not gonna be any good condition versions of that game. And it's like the highest like wanted in the series, which means at some point you're gonna want that. We haven't really reached that point in video games yet. Like I have an NES and a Super Nintendo sitting over there that both still work, and they're both
Yeah.
worth garbage. But like on eBay, people are selling it plus like the Wii Zapper and a bunch of games for like $150.
Oh, that's a big oof right there.
Yeah, it's not worth a lot. But at some point, there's gonna be 3 that work, and some museum's gonna want it. Um,
And then you could sell it to them.
yeah. But until then, like we really haven't reached that like Da Vinci, like this art is super old, therefore it's worth a lot era.
Well, that's not gonna happen in your lifetime either.
No, it's not gonna happen. Well,
Give
I
it
mean,
to your
with
kids,
how
I guess.
fast technology like ends up evolving, it might happen sooner than you'd think. But
Maybe.
I don't know. It's just tough to find like good condition new things, like shit that's not turning yellow.
Yeah. Yes. I don't know. The other game I had like a crisis over, which I don't know if I posted this in the chat the other day. Did I post about that Reddit about the EA accounts?
I don't think so.
Okay, TLDR. I saw a Reddit post the other day. Do you remember when my EA account got randomly banned?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I do remember that.
Okay, well, fucking the Reddit post the other day was about the exact same scenario. So when my account got banned, I didn't make a fuss about it too much, like verbally. I had a 7-hour conversation with EA. You know, by EA I mean their outsourced tech support, customer service, etc. But you know, I still tried, and that was it. This guy had like a full-on Reddit post with all the power of the internet behind him, you know.
Hmm.
And you know, EA finally took notice and started like doing stuff about it. Well, it turns out that I haven't checked the updates on it. I probably should, but like nothing is probably going to happen still. And everyone in the chat, like I posted mine too, there's like thousands of people that this happens to. Like I think some server glitch happened on EA side. Like thousands of people's account just got randomly banned with no existence of their account ever existing, including payments. So even if you tell them your credit card payment, they're like, yeah, we don't have record of that. And they won't do anything even if you provide proof. Like even if you provide your receipts and your account information in the past emails you got verifying your account, etc., they won't do anything about it, which is because it's EA, they're shit. So Anthem is an EA only game, and it's only going to be released on Origin, which means it's fully in EA's hands in terms of customer support and everything. Like if it's on Steam, at least you could still like talk with Steam about refunds, or you wouldn't worry so much about your account getting randomly deleted. Yeah. So I'm super scared because I've never had this experience with a gaming company before about creating my account and buying Anthem. Like I'm not so upset about losing it originally because I didn't have that many games on the Origin account. Like I had some achievements and stuff, but I'm not really huge into that, especially with any of those games. And I bought Battlefield 1 with fucking Gaming Club money anyways, so it didn't really matter too much monetarily either. I'm still pissed, and they're a shit company, but the fear is like now I'd be spending my money again on Anthem, and Anthem would be a game that you'd collect a lot of, like you'd invest time in account wise, like Destiny. Like imagine if all your Destiny progress got wiped, right? Like that would suck.
Yeah, it would be a big deal. Yeah.
Right. So I'm actually like I was super excited about Anthem and still kind of am, but super nervous because thousands of people are getting the same response of you're shit out of luck because we don't give a shit.
Fucking oh well.
You're only 1% because you're only thousands and we have millions. Yeah. Like oops, sorry. Like we accidentally clicked the wrong folder and deleted it. We're not going to do anything about it, and I don't want that. Like the chances of it happening again are probably very slim, and it was probably just a one-time mistake. But like, just the moral aspect of that company, along with all their other shit, is just like, all right, come on, like, you guys are this. Like, we're providing you receipts, fucking account verification. Like, who saves those account verification emails? And you're still going, yeah, that's fake. You don't exist. Like, we're not accepting that. People have sued them, and they just pay. They don't even go to court. They just
settle
pay the amount. They're like, hey, like whatever. Like this is pennies. Just shut up. But that's for people outside of the United States, right? Because in other countries, the loser pays all the legal fees. So people in other countries who this happens to, because it's a global thing, not just specifically U.S. accounts, will sue EA. And like that's one of the recommendations in this post is like, hey, we're in Europe, we sue EA. Loser pays for all accounts, so like we usually just win because they just pay it and like we're good. It's free money because this happened and it sucks and they don't care. Unfortunately, in the U.S., it's about $5,000 to go through with this lawsuit. And you wouldn't be able to make that much. Like they don't pay legal fees. So, and it's not one of those cases that has like what's it called? Like in certain, like if you get injured, there's emotional trauma, quote unquote, which is an endless price. That's one of the main reasons there are $1 million cases in the U.S. and not other countries. Is because like the U.S. you can sue for emotional damage and stuff like that. So that's why like anything involving injury or trauma or stuff like that is such a huge deal to companies that they'll spend millions to go for because they're about to lose millions, etc. And a lot of the tactics in these small cases, because the only thing you'd be able to sue for is your loss of the amount of money you paid. So like what, $60, or if you had more games, that if you could prove it, because they don't take in consideration the time invested. They don't care about your achievements, right? In the court of law, it's not something that is, if ever will be something that is considered emotional trauma, is your achievements lost in a video game, right? Like, come on, they're not going to think about that.
It's like get your values straightened.
Yeah, which is unfortunate because you could say like, well, I 100% in this game. Like it took so long, it was such an emotional toll, losing it all because of the stupid error. Like I should be compensated for my time being invested in this that you took away from me unjustly. Like, yeah, they're gonna be like, dude, it's a video game, grow up. And you're like, well, fucking Carla over there got paid millions of dollars because she had emotional trauma because her hip was, misplaced. She got a bruise. Like, come on, Carla, grow up. No, it's a human body. Well, this is the human mind. Like, I don't understand. Humans are fuck up.
Because the person who's going to sue about losing achievements is clearly somebody that's like a little, like somebody who like does that as a personal like goal, it's a genuine impact on their life.
Yeah. So it's not something I can go to court over either. I'm not going to throw $5,000 to try to win a lawsuit against.
Yeah, no, that's hard pass.
Yeah. Even the guy like right now that's trying to do it with the power of the internet behind him is having a hard time because, basically some higher ups in the company are like, all right, we'll personally take a look at it and going, yeah, we got nothing. I wonder if there's any updates on it. I don't. I wonder if I can find it because it was trending as of late. That was 8 months ago too. Settings, tools, past week. What is this about? I'm on this post that's like, everyone's pissed at EA's consumer hostile practices. What about Bethesda? And this first comment is you know what? This is the last straw. I'm going to buy Skyrim 5 or 6 more times and then that's it. No more buying Skyrim unless it's on sale. Take that, Bethesda.
So the thing is they keep selling Skyrim on different platforms because people will buy it. Like, if you're going to buy it, you might as well port it. It's not like it's hard. They clearly got it down to a science. They're still selling it. Right now it's on sale for $20 on Steam. Right? And that's not even the special edition. Or like the full Game of the Year edition. And then if you want to play it in VR, it's another $42.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're selling it at that price because it's the same reason that GTA 5 still costs $60 6 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Because they know they can just sell it for however much they want. It doesn't matter. It actually costs $30.
It looks like he got almost all his stuff back because they still didn't have his account, so he lost all his achievements still.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like they just said, all right, the internet's attacking us, just give him something. Shut up.
There is currently a free-to-play game on Steam called Call of Booty.
Call of Booty. Oh, Call of Booty. This looks awful.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I'm 28 minutes late. It looks like they aren't doing it anyway.
This is amazing. It's just like a Flash game with wow. Plays Roger Herbert, a building's health and safety inspector. He's also a lech who treats women as commodities on the rare occasion where he gets the opportunity. Then, one evening, he meets a mysterious old wizard in a bar who determines to teach Roger a lesson. The old man tells Roger he'll be rewarded with $1 million. If only he can go 24 hours without engaging in sexual relations with a woman. Easy, right?
Oof.
Wrong. There's a catch. The old wizard casts a spell of irresistibility on the hapless protagonist, causing hordes of horny women to pursue him. This raunchy retro-style platform game.
Hi, my name is Gilbert. What
So
is
goofy.
Is this
that sounds like an interesting thing for sure.
Yeah. Features: run, jump, climb, use hand over hand maneuvers, and slide down poles fireman style as you battle through the action-packed levels. Visit a variety of different locations, heaving with ladies intent on bagging you.
Hi, I'm Gilbert.
Hey, do you want to play Call of Duty?
Oh, fuck yes. How much?
It's free, but
Oh, fuck.
you need at least 1 gig of RAM, so.
How much dedicated RAM is it?
Alright, let's read some reviews. My mom says I'm not allowed to play this game anymore. Not recommend. 0.6 hours on
You're
record.
gonna skip my mom's. Oh, wait, hold
Mom! Can I play Call of Duty? It's rated 18 plus.
I'm sorry. Okay, that was a dead meme. She's not even laughing. Okay, I'm gonna get off. Bye.
Okay, bye. Anyways.
Oh yeah, We Happy Few came out. I wonder if that game looks anything like it did in the trailers.
I was watching that today. You liked BioShock, right?
I did, yeah.
Would you like BioShock on drugs?
I'm interested.
Okay, then I'm not going to say anything and just enjoy We Happy Few. Have fun. It's going to be a great single player experience for you, and you're going to have a good time. Like the gameplay style, the item collection, the like different like mechanics in the game are literally BioShock, except the entire game you're on drugs, and everyone's on drugs, and like all the quests and everything you do is drugs.
Well, yeah, because it's like about like a super depressed like British town or something, right? Where
like a war happened, and now they're just. Well, I'm not gonna spoil anything. I'm not even gonna say anything. I want you to like fully enjoy the story. Like the character development is awesome. The quests you do are all unique and awesome. Like you're gonna relive the amount of fun you had with BioShock in an entirely new world, new setting, like new characters, stuff like that. But like the mechanics of how BioShock was played, you're similar, and I think you're gonna love that. I honestly, if you liked BioShock that much, and you think the scenario of We Happy Few is interesting, I would just play it because it truly is BioShock on drugs. I think you'd have fun. Just saying.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's something that I saw. What was it? E3 a while ago. Was it E3? I think it must have been E3 a while ago, where it was like everything was like super dark and dreary, and then like he popped a pill, and all of a sudden everything was like rainbows.
Yeah, it's definitely gotten better since like when we previously watched it. I was watching this morning, and past couple of days, Co Carnage plays it, and like I watched one quest today, which if you want me to spoil something, it's just spoiling the particular quest. I can. It doesn't spoil the game at all. It's just like the quest itself. You let me know.
That's okay. I'll probably pick it up. And then give it a shot. Yeah, after 4 years. It's been in development for a while.
You'll know in the first 2 hours if you like it or not, so you can refund it. You'll know. It's an open world concept, so it's a little different from BioShock in that sense. You're not on a linear path.
Yeah.
You can go do different quests at different times, etc. And that's what's really cool about the game. I'll give you an overlying example of how a quest worked. He randomly stumbled upon a store in an area when in the middle of another quest, and like the whole game is basically side missions, but the side missions are main quest lines themselves, basically. So he stumbled in an area. He had a choice to do a thing. He chose to do it. Consequences happened. You can save at any time, so you could save scum, but I feel like it's more fun if you just live with your choices because there are choices in the game. And then the quest played out, and it was like an entire side quest that he just randomly stumbled upon, but it had the same quality and like depth and story to it as like any of the main quests. And that's what basically like a lot of the side quests are that you stumble upon. Because like he went to this location to do like he wasn't even supposed to go there. He just said, my curiosity is going to bring me into the shop because maybe something interesting's here, and it was, kind of thing.
Yeah.
That was really cool to me. Like when I was watching it, I was like, wow, like he wasn't even supposed to like go here. And he just decided to walk in anyways, and something really awesome happened for like an hour, basically. So that was really cool. And like the puzzles in it are really unique. So like there's hidden stuff, and you have to like use your surroundings for context clues and like quests and like the lore in it and stuff like that. Like those notes you pick up in all games, like the ones in this one actually matter, kind of thing. So there's a lot of voice acting, even like the letters you pick up. So that's pretty cool. I don't know. Overall, I think it's a really good game. Originally, I wasn't interested in it, but watching it play, I don't have the energy for single player games, but you might in your like spare time. Dude, I have Divinity Original Sin, and playing it with friends, like it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But I want to like click it solo, but I know my mind has no like capacity for single player games at this moment in time. Like my mind is purely just games with friends, and that's it. Like that's what I spend my time on. And if no one's playing anything, I either go on VR chat or I like just sit here. To be honest.
Well, I realized that I never finished Fallout 4A because it broke on me. I couldn't actually access one of the factions because the game ended up just like breaking, and it would like the waypoint didn't work properly, so I couldn't actually get to them. And then on top of that, my laptop at the time couldn't really run it, so I was in like 720p, low settings, dipping between.
But you bought it again on your new computer, right?
2030. Well, it's in my Steam account, so I just have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you like started playing it again, right?
Well, I'm installing it right now.
Did you ever play Witcher 3? Is that something you wanted to pick up?
I did. Yeah, so I wanted to play Witcher 3 just because I really liked Witcher 2. But
right, yeah.
Yeah, I
fucking love it.
Picked that up yet either. Mostly because it costs money.
I feel like you have a lot of single player games to play, just from like a new computer perspective.
I mean, honestly, my Steam library, I've played through most of these. I have some in that stupid fucking Twitch app.
Did you see? Oh yeah.
But
I have a lot of games in the Twitch app. I posted a picture here. It says like game recommendation. Any of the games you already own and haven't played yet, stop buying new games, you stupid asshole. And I commented, you're 100% right. Also, fuck you. And that's literally me. I could go through this. 8-Bit Armies, never played. Age of Empires 3, Age of Empires 2. I have played that like 30 hours worth. Age of Empires 3, like way more than 12 hours. I had it on disc before I bought it on Steam again. So way worth. Aeromax Strike, 26 minutes, not worth. I'm gonna uninstall that right now. Arizona Sunshine, shit game. Ark, worth like over 400 hours. The Battle Royale mode of Ark, not worth. Awesome Knots, never played. Battle Right, 21 hours, I guess worth hour wise, but like shit game. Beat Saber, 70 minutes, not worth.
Shit game.
BioShock, 3 hours, couldn't do it. Remastered BioShock, not worth. Black Desert Online, 20 hours. Technically worth the price tag if you do an hour per thing. But
Worth the price
shit
tag.
game. Borderlands 2, 6 hours, but we've all played Borderlands 2 before Steam, so worth. XCOM Declassified, never played. Call of Duty Ghost, 28 minutes worth, not worth. Call of Duty Ghost multiplayer, 111 minutes worth. Almost 2 hours. Ooh. Nope, not worth.
2 hours.
Child of Light, 2 hours. Never finished that. Citadel Forged with Fire, 15 hours. Broke game. Conan, 44 hours. I'd say that's worth. Counter-Strike, 150 hours. It's still a shit game.
How'd you play 150 hours? How many hours do I have in Counter-Strike?
Dude, you
Probably
want to play
more,
CSGO? Just play Black Ops 4.
No. Have you been playing it?
Yeah, be a mythical. We're just playing it.
Is it good or bad?
Honestly, it's not as bad as like all the other ones were before it. Like besides Black Ops 1 and 2, those were pretty good.
Yeah.
This one wasn't as bad. I love the grapple hook feature in it. So like there's one person that gets a grappling hook and then the
They have
rest
grapple
like,
hook and Gmod, okay.
and then yeah, but do they have CS:GO?
Yeah, they do. Every texture is based on CS source.
No, but I'm saying this one is a little bit different than CS:GO because when you actually die, you keep the shit. You just don't keep the ammo that you had for it. So like you keep if you got a weapon.
I've played Call of Duty games.
Well, the CS:GO variant of this one, it's literally CS:GO in Call of Duty.
Wasn't Call of Duty always trying to be CS:GO? Like they had like professional search and destroy.
Wait, you mean it's just search and destroy?
No, it's literally just grab the cash and you got to get it to the location. You got to battle people out. And then you get down and need a resing, so it's a little bit different than CS:GO in a sense like that.
It's not anything. Yeah, it's not anything like CS:GO. It's sounding like it's just Call of Duty.
It'd be mixed with CS:GO and Siege.
So Call of Duty.
Yeah, except
you're just explaining Call of Duty again every year. All right.
It kind of sucks because I heard about the Battle Royale feature of it, but you can't beta test that.
Yeah, well, Battlefield's coming out with another Battle Royale.
Yeah.
So whatever. But again, another EA game, so I can't play it. Darkness 2, never played. Day of Infamy, never played. Deep Space Waifu, never played. Got that for my birthday from AJ. Dino D-Day, 2 hours played. Best 2 hours of my entire life. We'll never play it again. Dirty Bomb, 2 hours, shit game. All these are like multiplayer too. Let's look for like single player games. There's so many multiplayer games I haven't even touched. Divinity Original Sins 2. I've only had 4 hours. It was $40, so not worth. And I won't play it solo, so that's a little sad. Shadow of Carcala. Nope. Won't play this. Escapist 2. Nope. Hero Treks. For Honor, 44 hours. That was a worth game. Forest, 16 hours. Let's say that's worth. Gary's on 25 hours. Why? Gloria Victis.